Today, I wish to speak regarding the conditions of mind that cause one to be in ignorance. There are different aspects to the human psyche. There is that which is the outer shell, the shell of the physical form, the Maya kosha. Anu means food, the food body, the physical body. That body operates in this material world and is sustained by eating, sleeping, drinking. But beneath that sheath, there is another layer to the body, and that is the desire mind. That the physical body is a part of the mind. It is the solidified mind stuff. The next layer of the body is the desire mind, the mind that wants to grab this and grab that. That looks outward through the senses to fulfill the desires in the mind. But beneath that, there is the intellect, the Manumaya kosha, where there is the ability to be rational, to have memory, to define, to think, to philosophize. And beneath that, surrounding that, is the subtle intuitional mind, where creativity, art, and psychic abilities abide. And then the area of knowledge. And then finally, the bliss body, where divine presence is there. And the subtle sense of cosmic self. Within this lies the understanding of how the mind operates. There is the I feeling that abides through all of these layers. The feeling I exist. Even in the bliss body, there is the feeling I am in bliss. So in the different stratums of the mind, there is this I feeling. And when it becomes more defined in the rational mind and in the desire mind, the I feeling translates into the desires to achieve, to protect, to go towards that which enhances you, and to move away from that which does not. This is the desire mind, the mind that grasps and avoids. The rational mind is part of this, always thinking, and wanting, understanding. There is an essential need that evolves out of the I feeling to to protect and acquire that which will enhance the existence, the survival of your being. And because there is, in the sense of I feeling, a sense of limitation. There is I and there is other. There is I and experience of that which is outside of I. So therefore, this limited I needs to be protected, needs to be safeguarded, needs to be enhanced. And so the desires to acquire that which will enhance your experience of self, which will protect you, keep you safe, and to avoid that which causes pain, that which causes distress, that which somehow limits you. So that between these two, your life consists of the attempts to further your personal existence, whether it be in housing, in cars, in material objects, or in social relationships. It is all designed to maintain the survival of your own self, your I feeling, and to avoid that which is painful or unpleasant. Because at the heart of it, there is a fear of death and a clinging to life that is inherent in the very existence of I amness. I wants to live on forever. And so almost all of human life is involved in this process of sustaining and maintaining and avoiding that which would be uncomfortable or lead towards death. But beneath this sense of self and this grasping and fearing and clinging to life, there is a deeper self, a unitary whole. And the more this I feeling begins to fade, the stronger that sense of self becomes. In the intuitive mind, it is somewhat stronger. There's a connection to that higher power, that greater, vaster self. And then as the knowledge grows, there is knowledge of past, present, and future, of all manner of things. That knowledge abides in the Akashic record, the cosmic mind, right? There begins to be more of a connection when that is accessed. And then when the bliss body is accessed, there is the ability to really feel that divine presence. And the sense of I becomes transparent. It's there, but it's not solid. It has lost its solidity. In the rational mind, the sense of I, the sense of self is very solid. I think this, I think that. And in the desire mind, it's very solid. I need this, I need that. I don't want that to happen. So this sense of I becomes more and more transparent, more and more diffuse as mind grows in magnitude. And then finally, when there is an exit of this personal self and a merger into the cosmic self. That I feeling dissolves. And the feeling is, I am that. I am that which is. I am in all things, and all things are me. There is no personal body, mind, self. There is a vast self, the self of all beings. And then when true liberation occurs, even that sense of manifest self dissolves. But this feeling that you are part of a whole, this is part of the growing transparency of the ego self. That ego self is the very embodiment of Parampurusha, that divine consciousness. It embodies in every manifest being, in all creation. And your feeling of I amness, your feeling of self, is no different. You are not the sole existence in this universe apart from everything else. No. You are composed of that infinite being, not only in the pure cosmic self, but even in your ordinary self, your day-to-day self, which needs and wants and fears. You are the embodiment of that divinity, that divine consciousness, that divine mind is embodying in all the forms of creation, including your form. You are not separate. That one abides in all that is. The illusion comes and the suffering comes in human life because there is the assumption of separation. There is the assumption that there is something to gain and something to lose. In reality, everyone you love and everything you love is the embodiment of the one divine essence, the one divine being. You are also the embodiment of that. So, in truth, it is one, it is the same. There is nothing to lose and nothing to gain. But because there is identity with the body, mind, there is the feeling that there can be loss and there can be gain. And out of this feeling arises human suffering. It is this which suffering is rooted in. Bodies come into this world, they grow, they age, and they pass away. Loved ones come and go. Success rises and falls. All things in this world are in a cycle of change, of birth, suspension, and death. This is the nature of the created world. You are no different. The suffering comes because there is the assumption that in this process, something is lost. Something is taken away, that something can be lost. And so out of that arises fear. Fear of loss, fear of death, fear of losing loved ones, fear of losing prestige, fear of losing financially and becoming a pauper. All of these fears arise because of this sense of separation, because there's assumption that something can be lost. And that is due to the lack of recognition that what is eternal, that you are eternal being, that divine being is in everything and everyone. And that when you love, when something draws you, that it is special, when you feel that expression of your being, it is all divine presence. For that divinity lies in this earth and in this world, as well as in the bliss and in the unmanifest. It is everywhere. It is in everything. So the yogis say, eyes closed in deep meditation, or eyes open, living in the world. It is the same. It is not to reject this world of form and your day-to-day life, things you love, the people you love, but to accept them as divine being. And that even the pain, even the loss, is all part of divine being. And that in reality, change is an appearance in the eternal form of the infinite. There is no separation. All things change in this world of form. Form is not eternal, but the infinite beingness never changes. Who you really are never changes. Who those you love really are never changes. They themselves are the embodiment of that divinity. When you know this, when you feel this, then suffering lessens. The cause of suffering begins to dissolve. The causal essence of suffering, that feeling of I and thou, that feeling that there is something in this world to be achieved and something to be lost. There is, And there is the dance of creation to be enjoyed in its light and in its darkness. Because it's in the contrast of light and dark that the beauty of love can be seen. Can be felt. This is the rasa, the dance, the lila. When you identify yourself with your true nature, when you do not have to achieve some high samadhi to know divinity lies in all things, and the divine being is manifest in this world. All things are the form of that one. This world is the play in the mind of the infinite. Love, love with all your heart. Love this world. Dance and enjoy life. But remember, you dance with the infinite, and you yourself are one with that. Let that unity exist in your day-to-day life, not only in your meditation, in the sweetness of that unity in meditation. Bring it into your life. See the divine everywhere. Feel the divine inside of you. Your Baba, your Ma is everywhere, everywhere. There is no separation. The beloved of your heart lies in you and all around you. In creation, in bliss, and in pure essence. So that when you really deeply embrace this understanding, the very causes of suffering in human life dissolve. What is there to do but be innocent in love with the world, in love with people, in love with animals, in love with all that is, even that which is dark. In love not only with life, but with death. Embracing it all as the one, the whole, the infinite embodied in creation. Then this life becomes a joy, a true joy, where you live in the arms of the infinite. Even in the cells of your body, that divine one is there. In your mind, in all that you are, and in that very feeling of I amness. It is the divine that exists. Your ego itself is the embodiment of divinity. It is the divine one's ego. How is there a separation between you and the infinite when you yourself are an embodiment of that one? You abide in the mind of the infinite. You are composed of that. There is no separation. It is a dream of separation. It is a belief. That is why the yogis say, know your own nature. Know one, and you will know all. So dance in love. In the halls of creation. In the arms of your beloved. Feel that one in your own body. Feel that one in the air that's breathed. Feel that one in the food that's eaten. Feel that one in the rain and the sunshine. In your loved ones. In joy and in pain and in loss. That one abides everywhere. There is no place you can go, nothing that can happen that is outside of the infinite. Remember this. Really remember it, and it will transform your life. All right.